Alrighty, we are live. Did not really expect to be doing one of these so soon, but apparently we got some leaks for an entire box, so... Oh god, laggy. A little bit late to this one. Apparently this was all leaked yesterday, but I was a little slow. But I'm here now. Hey Ken, hey Gerard. Alright, so we've got some good ass shit in here apparently, so I hear. Some meta-relevant stuff. People have been annoyed the last box, they didn't have enough meta-relevant stuff in it, so... hoping to have some spicy shit in here. Yes, it did leak yesterday. 38 months, god damn, Jen. Thank you, buddy. Leaked before Halloween. Well, I'm in Australia, so we don't have Halloween here, so... Alright, we at 100 yet? I don't even know if we'll reach 100, because we are technically a day late, so... I assume we will. Alright, so as per usual, as per every box review, we start the garbage at the bottom, and we go all the way to the top. And if you're wondering why I sound a little bit lispy, I guess, it's because I've got a little bite or something on my tongue, so it's kind of painful to talk occasionally, so... Don't mind the occasional lisp sound. Nothing to worry about. Alright. I should check all this beforehand. You can read the cards, right? Yep. Alright. I reckon we should just get into it, because otherwise I'm going to get rather bored waiting for more people to join. Alright, let's just get into it. Alright, so starting off at the absolute garbage at the bottom and heading all the way to the banger shit at the top. I reckon there's a few ultra rares missing up here, but I think they're like selection box stuff. We normally have more ultra rares than this, right? There's something missing, I think. Either way. Alright, so first card in the box, we have there's crawler support in here? Oh my god, please no crawler support, I hate that deck. 2 earth monsters. Crawler monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by battle. Right. Gains 200 attack and defense and can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Okay. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of its card effect while its owner controls it, you can target 2 crawler monsters with different names in your graveyard, special summon them in face-down defense position. Right. So I don't think crawler care about this, right? Don't they just like to have shit face down? Why would they ever want to link summon just like face up? Does this defeat the purpose of the deck? We're trying to settle our cards, we're trying to link summon for this shit. There's no way crawlers use this, right? Not in dual links at least. Oh god, the link arrows. Left and right arrows are so bad. God, they're bad. Then again, I assume it's not really a linked deck, so... Oh my god, it has to point to them, doesn't it? To have its like... Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, those arrows are filthy. Yeah, I think this card's probably a we don't care too much. Just use monster move, bro, clueless. Yeah, you're right, my bad. Does anyone actually play Crawler in like... There's no way we're using this card, right? Unless there's some other banger card that goes with it. Can summon Zeus plus use 2 level 2 monsters, I guess. I just don't see why you want it.
Card games on motorcycles!
Thank you for the sub, Adriki. Sorry for butchering your name. We will use it? Alright. I know, it seems kind of like... I just don't really see like the point of this, because I think crawlers just want to like face down shit. Like, what? I don't know what the link monster's going to do for their deck. And again, it's like a flip art type, so it's probably going to suck anyway, let's be real here. It's not Sub-Terra, the only deck that doesn't suck as flip. Alright. Shinobi, Insect, Hagamerkur... What are these names, bro? How about to read that? Anyway, whatever. 2 monsters with different names. While this card points to a monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. Alright. If monster's card points to destroy battle or card effect, you can special summon level 4 or lower insect monster from your hand or graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. Is it a link 1? It's a link 2. Ugh. I mean, the arrows are good. Maybe we just need an insect link monster for something? Or if you can destroy your own insect monster, because it doesn't specify your opponent destroying it, so maybe you're popping your own Insector search for something. No, I think we don't care about this card either. Outside maybe Link climbing with insects or something. Very specific kind of niche. Although I feel like I've actually seen this in Master Duel for something at some point, so it must do something, so... If there's any self-destroying insect stuff, I can see a purpose for it. But other than that, nah, we're good. Alright. Oh, this thing's adorable. Prog Leo. 2 monsters accept tokens. During your main phase, if you control this link summon card, you can banish this card and one of your monsters this card points to. Then target one link monster in either graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Probably not. Why do we want this exactly? What do you think about Lightstorm? We'll get to the Infernoid stuff later, because I assume that's why you're asking about it. Once we actually get into the Infernoid cards. Yeah, I don't think we care about Prog Leo. I don't really see the purpose for this at all. You destroy your opponent's big link 4, and then you have to get a link 2 out and another monster to then... it sounds so bad. Think version of a Monster Reborn? Yeah, Monster Reborn that takes 2 monsters to make this and a monster it points to just to try to get your... It sounds so shit. Moving on. Void Purification. If you control a monster that is not an Inferno monster... Wait, what? You don't... Oh yeah, send this card to the graveyard. You use 5 on per turn. During each of your opponent's standby phases, you can target one Inferno monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. During each of your standby phases, you can target one of your banished Inferno monsters, return it to the graveyard. Yeah, I don't like standby phase effects at all. Yeah. Unless the Infernoids are a bunch of hand traps, which I don't think they are. Definitely, if the deck is a really slow deck, like if it turns out Infernoid, because I actually have never played Infernoid in Master Duel or in TCG or anything, so I don't actually know how the deck plays, I just know it's a graveyard deck. So if it turns out it's a super slow deck, maybe you'll run one of these just so you can keep recycling cards back, generates a lot of resources. I think another main issue with this card is, doesn't Infernoid want to mill? Imagine milling this trap card, what a waste of time that would be. Infernoid's are going second deck, so it's kind of trash. Infernoid's an OTK deck. Yeah, this does not fit an OTK deck's playstyle. If Infernoid's an OTK deck, this is not fitted at all. There's some slow, like, gathering your resources stuff, like some slow methodical gameplay, not just ooga booga, smack your opponent in the face gameplay. So yeah, unless Infernoid turns out to be... oh my god, this thing on my tongue's gonna get so annoying. It sounds so lispy. Yeah, I don't think we're using it unless we're a slow deck. Which I don't know yet, because I haven't gone through the rest of the cards, but we'll see. Void Launch. During each of your standby phases, you can send up to 2 Inferno monsters from your deck to the graveyard. If you control a monster that is not an Inferno monster, send this card to the graveyard. More standby phase stuff, gross. Oh, that's actually so gross. Ugh, there's got to be better milling than this, right? This seems like such a shit version of milling during your standby phase. No, if we need this to make the deck work, the deck will suck. So I'm hoping we don't need this. That just seems like absolute god-awful shit. Alright. Spiritual Fire Art Kurenai. Choose 1 fire monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Oh yeah. Banger of a card. Why does this thing exist? I assume this damage will be halved as well. It's original attack too, so you can't do cool little OTK meme stuff. Feels bad, man. Alright, Robin and Goblin. Each time a monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent discards a 1 random card. Now, is this card like a really... is this card really cringe in like an old Yu-Gi-Oh? I thought there was a time when people actually used to play this card unironically, just to be hella cringe. Thank God it's battle damage. And not just standard damage. Yeah, we're obviously not using this. Eye of the Void. Special summon one Infernoid monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions, but its effects are negated until the end of the turn. I don't know what the purpose of this thing is, so I'm assuming it's just face value reading the card. Sounds like dog shit, but I don't know what the Infernoids do yet because I haven't gone through them, but this sounds like dog shit. And it's a normal rarity, so I'm going to assume I'm probably right on that one. Card art's kind of banger though. For material, I mean, it's a trap card special sign for material. That sounds real bad. Alright, Elemental Burst. Tribute one of each wind, water, fire, and earth monsters to activate this card. Destroy all cards on your opponent's side of the field. So you tribute a water, a wind, a fire, and an earth for this. I thought we already had a card that's almost exactly like this. I forget what it's called. I'm pretty sure we already have a card that's almost exactly like this. If I'm remembering correctly. Oh no, it's a link monster, right? I think. Nope. Hello, search tab. No, link monster. It's a ritual monster or something that pops through them all. It's the Dorito one. Miss Dorito herself. And it pops with... Wait, I thought there was a pop effect attached to her. Maybe there's not. Oh, wait, it's furry... What's it? Furrikazan. Wait, how do you... Furrin. Yeah, I don't think anyone in chat knows how to spell whatever the fuck this card is. I give up. I'm moving on. I've lost interest. Alright. Battle Wasp Nest. When your Battle Wasp monster is targeted for an attack, special summon Battle Wasp monster from your hand or deck. And if you do, place one counter on this card. Then, in the battle phase, okay, you use the effect of Battle Wasp Nest once per turn. If this card has 2 or more counters on it during the end phase, send it to the graveyard. Moving on. Appropriate. Okay, interesting name. Activate only when your opponent draws a card outside of the either draw phase. After that, each time your opponent draws a card outside the draw phase, immediately draw 2 cards. Oh my god, it's like a really shit version of MEKK. This is the poor man's MEKK. Right. I mean, it could be worse. I can't think of any deck in Duel Links that actually draws like a billion cards a turn, so... I mean... No, Yuki, don't do it. No, stop culturally appropriating people, Yuki. You'll get cancelled. Stop it. Yeah, Grandpa's cards counter. There you go. You can counter the 2 Exodia players you'll ever meet in your entire lifetime. What happens if both players have appropriate? They both get cancelled. That's what happens. Alright, moving on. World Legacy in Shadow. All crawler monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Oh, it's a field spell for crawlers. Okay. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 2 or lower insect monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. When your flip monster to a battle with an opponent's monster, you can send the opponent's monster to the graveyard. That actually doesn't sound too bad. It's not the greatest, because destroying a battle effects are pretty pointless nowadays. But the fact you can summon out 2 crawlers a turn with this thing sounds pretty dope. You set 2 of your face down crawlers. That's pretty dope. Not once per turn. Oh, you mean the second effect? I thought you mean the first effect. I was like, what? Yeah, the second effect. Oh yeah, the crawl effects you don't want to destroy, right? When they're face down. They all have effects when you do that. Yeah. Oh, this is actually a banging field spell. Wait a minute. Wait, this field spell's really good. Huh. Alright, I'm liking this. I mean, I don't like crawlers, so I'm not glad they're getting new support, but this sounds really good. Put this thing up, your opponent can no longer, like, destroy your monsters by battle, and if you destroy them by card effect, they float. And on top of that, just allows you just to get an extra one of your level 2 monsters out. Damn, man. Alright, Crawler should be happy with this card. I assume this is guaranteed can be played in Crawler, if there's Crawler decks become a thing after this. Probably not, but we'll see. I hope not. Alright, moving on. World Legacy Scars. All Mek Knight monsters in the field gain 200 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can discard one Mek Knight monster, one World Legacy card. Draw one card. Right. You can banish 8 Mek Knight monster different names in your graveyard and or face up on the field. Send your opponent's entire hand and extra deck to the graveyard. And extra deck? 8 with different names. Can we even get 8 with different names? Will they even be enough in this game? I can see some very funny stuff with this deck, with this this card. It's probably not going to be played, but I can imagine some stupid meme videos at least of someone just playing, what they call Light Swan, just milling their entire deck, opening this card, place it, your opponent just loses their entire hand in extra. I don't know how we're going to get 8 monsters in the graveyard. That's very specific. Definitely not going to be played over the how good the last field spell was. This field spell is pretty meh. I'm just surprised this one's actually a normal rarity. This card seems easily at least R rarity. Damn. Alright. Void Seer. Target one Infernoid monster you control. That target is unaffected by the opponent's card effect this turn. Okay. That's pretty good. If an Infernoid monster you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of destroying one of those monsters. And it has a good milling effect as well, so if you accidentally mill it. This card seems actually really good. I don't know if Infernoid's going to be used to go into, like... Because I've never played the deck, so I don't know if it's used to go into link climbing, if they have their own Infernoid boss monster or something. Because if they have their own Infernoid boss monster, this seems really dope. Even just use this to protect your materials for stuff would be dope. Seems really good. I imagine we'll want to run this in some sense, especially if it's searching for it. A main deck 3k beta? Oh yeah. Somehow a 3k beta and just protect it with this thing. Unaffected by the opponent's card effects. Keep in mind it's a quick play too, so it's basically like much better Forbidden Lance. It's like Forbidden Lance but for monster effects as well. Very, very good. I expect it will see some play, I think, unless the list is already super stacked or something. Especially considering it has a graveyard effect as well, so if you accidentally mill it in like whatever mill sense you're doing, whatever mill cards you're playing, you can actually use it for something else as well. Alright. Void Expansion, another field spell, okay. During your standby phase, you can special summon one Infernoid token. What's all these standby phase effects? To special summon an Infernoid monster using its own procedure, you can banish Infernoid monsters you control instead of those in the graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Infernoid monsters you control for attacks or with card effects except the Infernoid monsters you control with the highest level. I don't know about that last effect. Don't know if that's a good effect or not. Probably not. So this is like another card that I think is probably going to be pretty bad considering I don't want to mill it. Standby phase effect seems dog shit. So I think we'll probably pass it on this one. Trash? Yeah, it looks pretty trash to me. I think that one's a PP card. Alright. Terminal World next. Activate this card if your opponent controls 3 or fewer monsters and 3 or fewer spell and trap cards, while you control no other cards. Cards cannot be placed on the field if it will give any player more than 3 monsters or more than 3 spell and trap cards. Was this a really shitty version of Mystic Mine? What is this thing? We barely even have 3 zones, bro. Bro, we can't play field spells. Oh no. So they actually, I assume it's meaning 3 monsters and you get 3 spell and trap cards, not like you can only play like 3 cards total. I assume I'm sure I'm reading that correctly. Because it might actually be somewhat slightly useful if it was 3 in total, not just you have 6 cards still. It takes up one of the zones as well, that's true. Moving on. Spider's Lair. Oh, I was going to say, this is not a fucking field spell, but no, it's a continuous. Once per turn, you can select one face-up insect-type monster you control. While this card remains face on the field, any opponent's monster that battles with one of those monsters is changed defense position in the battle phase. I cannot change this position while this card's next. Not even going to bother with that. Revival Swarm. Target one Battle Wasp monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Okay, Monster Reborn. Don't know if this is searchable, probably not. You banish this card from your graveyard and target one insect monster you control. It cannot destroy battle card effects until the end of the next turn. Use physical rivals once per turn. I mean, it's not awful, but I don't think it's searchable. Name seems like a non-searchable sort of a name. The Monster Reborn style effects do sometimes see play. Just kind of depends on how the deck works. I thought Battle Wasp had a revival effect anyway. I'm like not super pleased with this card. I don't think it's like, it doesn't seem that good. It's pretty average, but there's a chance you get play because Monster Reborn effects do sometimes see play in decks, so it could be played, especially if you just want to do like synchro climbing stuff, right? Because it's a isn't Battle Wasp a synchro deck, right? So you do a bunch of climbing with this thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did get play. It's just not sure. We'll see how the deck plays out. Yeah, Monster Reborn sees play, for example. So yeah. So I'd say there's a good chance it sees play, but non-searchable is makes it a bit meh. We'll see. Is a good card though. We'll see how it goes. Insect Neglect. Oh, there's like a little Pokemon in there. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can banish one insect monster from your graveyard and negate the attack. Pass. Moving on. Ooh, alright, here we go, boys. Now we're talking. Level 2. Winged Cleaver. Insect Normal. Few can withstand this Scythe? Oh god, Scythe Lock? Oh god. Few can withstand the scythe-like arms of this dangerous creature. Oh god. We're getting locked, boys. It's a Scythe Lock. Oh no. That's pretty goddamn busted. I'm scared. You damn well should be. Have you seen the fangs on this creature? You literally can't summon monsters. It's a Scythe Lock right here. Insane. Sprite support, level 2, true. Insect Neglect synergy. Holy fucking! You made the next tier 1 deck. Holy, that strategy's insane. Winged Cleaver with Insect Neglect, the combo. Damn. No wonder people are hyping up this box so much. Holy. Not the beast. That's such a dumb meme. Alright, moving on. Infernoid Prim. I have no idea to pronounce that. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard with the total levels and ranks of all fate monsters you control or are 8 or lower, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. What did I just read? What? By banishing one Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard while the total levels and ranks of... Okay. Once per turn, you can target one set card on the field, shuffle it into the deck. Okay, not bad. This card cannot be activated in response to the effect. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Can't activate in response to its activation. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can choose one monster that target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. And it's got a DD Crow effect on it. It contributes itself as well. Honest? What, are we lagging? Wait, are we lagging? Uh-oh. We back yet? Hang on. Hold your horses, are we lagging? It's good? It's good? It's back? Okay. So I don't know how much we missed, so I guess we'll just go over it briefly again. So, yes, this card can target one set card on the field and shuffle it into the deck, and that card cannot be used in response to this effect. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can choose one monster, then target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. So a DD Crow style effect. Both effects seem pretty good, because DD Crow, as you guys probably know, is very good in current meta. So even getting this thing, on top of like whatever combo this deck does, if you can kind of end on just having this thing as a quick effect DD Crow, that's not even that bad going first. Even it does only have 0 attack and 0 defense. So, honestly, not that bad of a card. So, wouldn't be surprised if this sees some sort of play. Then again, don't know how the Infernoid stuff works yet, so there might be some better cards than this coming up. But if this is like the normal rarity kind of effect, the deck's probably going to be pretty good. Alright. Battle Wasp. Dart the Hunter. When your Battle Wasp monster destroys a monster by battle that is owned by your opponent, you can discard this card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that destroyed monster's original attack. Okay. You can target one other effect monster you control. It is treated as a tuner this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for this turn except Insector monsters. Right. This sounds really bad, unless of course we just happen to need a level 1 monster for synchro climbing or something. I assume we're not using this. This seems like it does not make the cut in any list. Unless we just need a level 1 Battle Wasp monster, there's no way we want this. Generally, if Slunk has burn damage on it in Duel Links, it's probably not great. That's generally been the main consensus of every single box ever in this game's history. Alright. Infernoid Tierra. Cannot be normal summoned to Slayer. Must be summoned from your hand by banishing one Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard, while the total levels blah 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 blah. Once per turn, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, return it to hand. So removal, not bad. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can shoot one monster, then target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Oh, do they all have DD Crow style effects? Does this entire archetype just one big DD Crow? If so, that's pretty damn nuts in current meta. That's like really nuts. Like, I don't know the play rate of DD Crow, but it's really damn high right now, right? Especially in... Is it like that? No, it's DD like that. Don't open a new tab. Oops. God, Chrome's so slow when I'm streaming. Wait a minute. Yeah. That should give you a good sign of how good DD Crow is right now. That's a very popular monster. So, DD Crow style effects are pretty damn good. And this has a removal effect, so... Okay. So far, Infernoid monsters looking pretty banging so far. I'm on this one. Alright. So if we can get some good milling stuff, we get enough Infernoid stuff in the graveyard, I can see this being a strong deck. Which is we'll see what the rest of the archetypes got in store for us. Alright. Ultimate Baseball Kid. I think I own this card IRL somewhere. This card gains 1000 attack for each face-up fire monster on the field, except this card. You can send one of the face-up fire monsters you control to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Wowee. What a great card. Yeah, let's not even talk about that one anymore. Moving on. Silpheed. What is going on in this dude's card art? Super anime. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only special summon by removing from play one wind monster in your graveyard. When this card is destroyed as a result of battle and sent to the graveyard, your opponent discards one random card from their hands. Okay, why? Alright, just I guess another special summonable level 4. I think we've probably got enough of them in the game already, but maybe we need a level 4 special summonable wind fairy at some point. But you have to try to get those specific dingos. I think we're probably good on this one. Wind extender for Speedroid. True. Yeah, so we'll only use this card if we just happen to need the type or the attribute. Because we've got enough special summonable level 4s in this game already. Dinosaurium in shambles. Alright. Infernoid Devyaty. Cannot be on. Okay, blah blah blah. Oh no, this one requires banishing 2 Infernoid monsters from your hand or graveyard. Okay. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by attacking an opponent's monster, you can send one a card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Once per turn, blah blah blah. Okay, so this card seems bad unless we need the level. It's a good beat stick, special summonable 2200 attack, but its actual effect seems a garbanzo. So probably not using this, I imagine. At least this isn't going to be our first choice. But you can summon it from the graveyard. True, it can be summoned from the graveyard. Maybe you just use it for a beta. Its effect is pretty shit though, so you're literally only using it for beta stats. Or unless this card uses for Synchro summoning or link climbing or some shit. Let them bring it out. Yes, it might be used, but it seems like it's just being used for its beta effect or for climbing into something. I don't know if Infernoid goes into any synchros or something. If they go into synchros, this might be pretty good. Level 5 with just any old tuner. Is this releasing? No clue. Actually, no clue. We'll see. We'll see if there's any better ones than this one. Because I don't particularly like it too much because its effect seems rather irrelevant, but maybe we just want it for the beat stick OTK kind of approach, which we might use it for. Alright. They have a fusion in TCG. Alright. Mek Knight Orange Sunset. If 2 or more cards are in the same column, you special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can summon Mek Knight once per turn. If an opponent's card in this column is destroyed, battle, or leaves the field, you can special summon a Mek Knight monster from your hand. A 3000 defense, 800 attack. How are you going to destroy something by battle with this card? I guess you put this below a Link monster? Alright. Probably not the best of the Mek Knight cards I've ever seen. Decent level though, level 6. Card effect? It says by battle, doesn't it? It says destroyed by battle. Card effect's not gonna do shit. Oh, it's something in a different... Okay, it's like in a different column can destroy something in this column. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, I see. It's like a different column can destroy in this column. It doesn't have to be this column destroying it. Okay. Fair. Still probably not the greatest effect. Being able to special summon just a Mek Knight from hand. I think most of your Mek Knights are trying to special summon themselves anyway. You might use it for the body though, I don't know. Definitely seems like one of the weaker of the Mek Knight cards we're getting. Alright, moving on. Castle Gate. I actually love this card's card art. It's kind of cute. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, of course. Once per turn, if this card is face up, if this card is in face up attack position, you can choose one level 5 or lower monster to inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Okay, we're not playing this meme, okay? I do like the card though. It is kind of cool looking. Get into M7. Yeah, level 6 is a good level. You can use it for climbing to things, going to exceed monsters and stuff. Giga Chad. Not itself? Why would you tribute itself? This thing is actually, like, this is a Chad monster. Why would you tribute it? You're building your deck around this thing. You place this thing down. Boom. There's your game plan. Obviously this card's garbage, okay? We're not using it. Alright. Mek Knight Red Moon. If 2 or more cards in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can only use special summon Mek Knight once per turn. You can banish one Mek Knight monster from your graveyard and target one face-up monster in this card's column. Destroy it. That's sounding a bit better. Okay. Actually sounding usable. I like the sound of this card. In a Mek Knight deck list, I assume you could make some good use out of this one. It's just a pop. It's just a pop. Mek Knights can recover from the banish zone. Even better news. I imagine this one will probably see some play. We'll see. Especially if we need level 7 for something. But I do like the look of this card. Seems pretty good. So I assume Mek Knight has searchable effects too. Like if you can just search this as a one-off, even if you don't want to run this as 3-off and you just want to use it as just a one-off searchable card, there you go, searchable removal. It's pretty good. We'll see though. It is only a normal rarity, and if cards are normal rarity, it's very sus. You don't normally use too many cards in the normal rarity zone, so we'll see. Okay, special summon from the deck. Ooh. Special summonable, destroying from deck. To be fair, you have to have a card in the graveyard already, but I assume we do a billion things to get one in there. Especially with Link Summoning now. You can Link Summon to do it. Either Garbo or ban target. So I assume, yeah, that must be the searchable one then. Or searching one. Alright, let's move on to the actual rarity cards now, which don't seem to be too many of them. Alright. First one, we have X-Crawler Neuragos? No idea if I pronounced that one correctly. 2 insect monsters. Alright. Crawler monsters card points to cannot be destroyed battle, gain 300 attack and defense, and if they battle your opponent's monster, any battle damage they inflict to your opponent is doubled. Right, so Crawler isn't typically known for trying to win through just beating over your opponent, but sure, I guess. Its face-up card is destroy a battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, blah blah blah, just does the same as the other link monster. Nice float effect. Yeah, not particularly fond of this one. Again, dog shit arrows, very similar to its little buddy over here. Left and right arrows are so shit. Yeah, I don't particularly see this one being that great. I think I even preferred this one over it. I don't remember what this one even did. It was so, like, so meh. Yeah, I think we're going to pass on this one. I think crawlers should just be happy with their field spell and call it a day, alright? We're going to ignore some of these link monsters. Cause a swarm beatdown deck, is it? Last time I played Crawler, it was just setting a bunch of things face down and just flipping. You have to play all the Crawlers? Why do you have to play all of these dudes? Alright. I mean, double battle damage is something to worry about, I guess, but we haven't even have any... Outside of the big dude, the crawlers are so, like, face down. They don't have, like, any stats. It's just the big one that does. Everything else is so low. Double battle damage with your shitty attack stats. So you didn't play it in the Link event? Alright. They attack directly.
Card games on motorcycles!
600 attack each. I don't know. We'll see. I guess if you get 2 of these dudes standing next to each other, that's pretty sick. Gotta get a Link 1 or something above it though to actually get the Link arrow started. It's a lot of monsters you need though. Still much more impressed with the field spell than the actual cards so far though. Alright, moving on. Insector Picofilania. So I've used this card a bunch of times in Master Duel, so I think it must be pretty good. I forgot what it does though. If this card is linked summon, you can discard 1 card and target 1 other insect monster you control. Equip one insect monster from your deck to it as an equipped spell that gains this effect. The equipped monster gains 5 attack and defense. You can target 3 insect monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. So what was I using this for in Master Duels? I think it was just to get the a search effect, right? Because he equips something to this card, then when that thing goes to the graveyard, you get a search from it. Well, there's a nice pick of a lady. Shut up. Yeah, I guess you can monster move it, that's true. Can monster move it. Yeah, I was using a Beat Trooper. Not sure if I'll be using this in Duel Links though. I can see or know how well we use it though. Do we have Resonant Insect? We do. We have Resonance Insect. Yes. So you equip this thing to something, then we'll get rid of the monster on field via link summoning or whatever, and you get a search for something. And this isn't once per turn, right? Yeah, you search for a level 5 or high insect type monster. So I can see some... Insector was already doing some pretty gross combo plays. This should certainly help it. Damn. Actually, I really want to see what other stuff we get for... I'm excited to see the insect stuff we get. This is a very good link monster. I think it's going to be one of those things you have to wait more until you see once all the cards are released, or you wait a couple of days to see what combos people come up with, to see what sort of stuff we can do with this card. Because it's a very combo-orientated card. Very combo-orientated card, so we'll see. It may not get any play at all, but it could. It's definitely got a lot of potential on it. Great fly. Holy shit, this thing is fat. Wait, this thing looks super similar to my boy over here, the winged Cleaver. What the hell? He got some gains. He went to the gym. Alright, 2 wind monsters. All wind monsters in the field gain 500 attack and defense. Also, earth monsters in the field lose 400 attack and defense. If this card's trying to battle a card effect, you can target one wind monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Yeah, so similar to... This is the the wind alternative to all those other cards we've already got a billion of that do similar effects to this but other attributes. It's just for the wind one. Which, to be fair, the earth one has seen some play in Goki. Whatever the earth one's called, the little doggo. Search of earth will come up. Yeah, Mrs. Radiant has been used in Goki. So, you could probably use it in some generic ass wind monster deck. Sure. RPG Senju? Yeah, true. Would they want to make that? No idea. I know in my water deck list, I made good use out of the water one. That was pretty useful. So there's probably some use somewhere for it. Wherever it is. Where's my boy? Yeah, Mr. Boy. I've actually got some good use out of this guy. So I can see there might be some wind deck that would use this in the future. It's not an awful card anyway. It's just kind of those like generic wind sort of things for any wind deck. It doesn't have a particular like closed extra deck. There's plenty of space to stuff things in. Alright. Battle Wasp as Azusa the Ghost Bow. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monster. Level 5. When your opponent takes effect damage from another Battle Wasp monster, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of that monster. I wonder if that'll be halved. You can only use this effect on Battle Wasp per turn. When a monster is destroyed battle with your Battle Wasp monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position and banish it when it leaves the field. So this card seems pretty cool for Synchro climbing. If you use this as like the material to climb up, that'd be pretty dope. Because then you can get it back as just a free resource for later on. It doesn't have its effect negated when it's summoned back though, right? Yeah, it doesn't have its effect negated either, so that seems pretty cool. Oh yeah, it's a tuner, yeah. No main phase 2 makes that effect worse. I mean, depending, because you might be using it for its burn damage, right? So I don't know if I forget exactly how a lot of Battle Wasp cards work. Do any of the Battle Wasps do effect damage like when they're swinging in or anything? Because if you can get this thing on the field, you single climb this thing, you swing into an opponent's monster, bring this thing back, then there's some burn damage go off, then this thing's effect will go off to do more burn damage, right? So it comes as a free body and potentially some burn damage on top of your other burn damage effects. So be summoned from the grave regardless of which monster was destroyed. Or the monster destroyed by your Battle Wasp monster is what it says. So you have to destroy something with a Battle Wasp monster. Level 3 burns. Either way, even if it doesn't do like... We don't have to worry too much about its effect. We have to worry about the fact that it's a free body. A free body is pretty good if you're just using something as material anyway. Like, if we're already using just some random ass level 5 to climb into your whatever Battle Wasp anyway, you might as well use the one that gives you the free body, so... You'll probably see... This card may see play just as a Link climb card, or Synchro climb card. We'll see. Alright. Moving on to the next boy. We have Signal Warrior. Level 7. Once per turn during the standby phase, place one signal counter on each face-up card in the field zone. Also place one on this card. This card with a signal counter cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Right. Once per turn, you can move 4, 7, or 10 signal counters from anywhere in the field to apply this effect, depending on the number removed. 4. Inflict 800 damage to your opponent. 7. Draw one card. 10. Destroy one card on the field. How are you getting this many counters? Is there some, like, signal archetype I don't know about? How are you going to get 10 counters with just this card alone? That cannot be, like, a thing. No, it's not its own archetype. How are you doing it, then? What a madman came up with this card as, like, who actually typed out this card effect and thought it was a good idea? Who? Like, this is the kind of card that, I don't know, that someone was on some good koosh when they typed this shit out. Like, goddamn. Like, it would take some absolute effort to type something, like, make something this bad. Like, it's impressively bad is how bad this card is. It's actually impressively garbage. If your opponent has a field spell and you have a field spell, okay, so perfect. For all those decks that are field spells, should we count them all? Should we count all the decks with field spells right now? So you need one, your opponent needs one, and then it still takes 2 turns to get it off. Wait, there's only fucking 2 decks on the power rankings right now anyway. At least Salad has a field spell. That is true. Salad has a field spell. Necro Valley and... Okay, you convinced me. We found the next Salamangreat counter right here. Yeah, getting all that off to draw one card. Banger. I have to look at 6 field spells in the box. What field spell? True. True. Damn, thank God. We finally got a counter to Salamangreat, though. How dare they play a field spell? Can't wait till I whip out my Signal Warrior. Good luck, bitch. Right, moving on. World Legacy Whispers. When this card is activated, you can target one level 5 or higher monster on the field. It gains 1,000 attack and defense until the end of this turn. Negate any opponent's spell effect that activates in the same column as a Mek Knight monster you control. Ooh, that's gross. Oh, that's quite gross. Ooh. This combo with the one we have in game already, with the monster lock, you get your opponent to have no spell cards and no monster effects. Ooh. Dude, keep in mind, we don't have, there's no main phase 2 in Duel Links, right? So if you just opened your, what's your call your rabbit, your little rescue rabbit, and you open up your 2 Mek Knight boys on field, when they show up, your Mek Knight dude, I should be, there's Mek Knight, there's level 4, right? Yeah, your Avram. You summon out 2 of these dudes. That's 2 columns your opponent can't use spells in now. Then again, your opponent would just place it in the 3rd column, but still, if you get out a 3rd one, you just fully lock your opponent from using spell cards. It's not like you just beat over your monster, then place it in there, or use their spells in main phase 2, because there is no main phase 2, so... I have no idea why everyone just typed check this out in chat. I have no idea why everyone just typed it out. Oh, race destroys during the end phase? Was it actually? Damn, I actually have never actually left the monsters on the field, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, it's the flavor text of it, is it? What do we call it? It's Mek, right? Check this out. Okay, I see. I see. Damn, destroy it during the end phase, a bit of a boner kill though. But shouldn't, is there any do they have any link monsters? They do, right? They do. So I guess you just summon out a link monster and they can't use that column. I do like this card a lot though. We'll see, we'll see. I think this card and the monster effect negating one seem really goddamn good. I think the monster effect one's actually limited, right? The one they just added? Yeah. World Legacy Secret, same thing but for monster effects. It's already limited to one before it's even released. In the OCG, you had an entire epic, but did you decide to put check this out? Oh. We have indeed checked it out. Oh, because there's a monster born attached to it? True, true, true. So you actually choose the column to negate, basically. Alright, we'll see. Void Feast. Send one Void Spawn trap card from your hand or face up from your field to the graveyard. Spell summon to 3 Inferno monsters from your deck whose total levels is equal exactly 8. Ignoring their summoning conditions. Alright, I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad effect. It sounds pretty good. But I don't really know. I've never played Infernoid, so I have no idea how this shit's like. I got the worst, that's 3 blockers you can just stick on the field so you don't die. That's 3 DD Crow effects you can use. Fortunately, it's not too great if you're playing like a Light Sworn version, because you don't want to mill this card. When the level 8 is summoned, it destroys all cards on the field, so you can just instantly summon out the big board nuke. That's pretty damn good. But he has to run Void Spell and Trap cards, which I don't see particularly any that we liked so far, right? I think we called most of them garbage. And you've only seen this one so far. Oh, Seer, yeah, we like Seer. True. We did like Seer. Isn't grass hella banned in this game? I'm pretty sure grass is banned, isn't it? Or is it not? It is banned. But yeah, not seeing any. It's not going to be a grass deck in this game. Don't you worry. That shit is banned. Banned for good reason. Get that shit out of my face. Alright. Well, I do like the look of this card, but I'm super like, I don't really know how many void spells we're going to run. If we're not running many, you're not going to run this card, because you're not going to run just 3 of this and hope to draw this particular 2-card combo, right? If there's a bunch of void cards you run, then hell yeah, you might use it. Especially if what Son says in chat is true, where you just summon out a level 8 instant board nuke. That's like an instant Black Crow's Dragon, which, that sounds pretty good, so we'll see. It is only in the rare section, and rare cards aren't meant to be the better of the cards, so there might be some better stuff coming up. We'll see. Scrap Iron Signal. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a synchro monster that lists a synchro monster as material, negate the activation. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of send it to the graveyard. Oh. Infinite recycling negate. Huh. A synchro monster that links a synchro monster as material. Does it have to list a specific synchro monster, or it can just say, like, needs a synchro for its use? It doesn't have to be specific, right? Just be any, like, one that lists a synchro. Someone said TG. I'm actually trying to remember card decks that we... Like, it would work with Halberd Cannon, right? It's like, just anything that just has to have a synchro monster listed as a material. It doesn't have to be specific. Yeah, this has to be a named or generic. Oh, yeah, so it can be generic. Okay. I actually don't know about this card because I don't think it's that great just off first glance. Like it's a great card, but it's kind of like I don't know. Like I don't think I'd run this in my Stardust Warrior decks. I think I'm too busy destroying shit. I think I'm running mostly relying on back row removal in that deck and just relying on his negate effect alone. It doesn't destroy either, that's also true. It will see play? In what though? What are we playing this in? Battle Wasp? Maybe Battle Wasp. Well, Battle Wasp is more of an OTK style deck, right? And I also have to factor in, like, the kind of decks you're playing this in. Do we even care about having, like, an infinitely recycling negate when the one negate will win you the game anyway, right? So just play a card that's not so strict. Yeah, exactly, Spectre. Like, if you're playing a deck that just kind of wins after doing their one negate turn anyway, you might as well just be playing Chalice, so you get the one negate, and you can use it during your turn to, board break. Because if you're already winning off of just, like, if you're already winning off one Stardust Warrior negate plus your one negate from this card, you might as well just be playing the board breaking Chalice. It'd take a really slow deck to play this, is what I'm kind of getting at. We'll see. It would definitely take a very slow deck to play this, and I can't particularly think of one that we're playing it in so far. Alright. World Legacy Memory. Special summon one Mek Knight monster from your hand or deck in defense position, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Ooh, you can use it in combination with the Whispers, right? Ooh. It's a quick play. That works, right? If your opponent tries to activate a spell card and you use this to summon a Mek Knight to that column in order to negate the spell card, I assume that's how it works. Yes? If so, that sounds really good. Especially in combination with you've got the trap card as well, which we just mentioned, the negate monster effect one. Yeah, so we got the negate monster effect column, and we got the negate spell column. Free summon for a large boy that can be special summons is OP for Jolix. Seems like a good card. I assume this will see some play. Not to mention also, you could just be using this during your turn to grab any of your Mek Knights, whatever effects they have to go into whatever link climbing you're doing, since like, I know there's a link monster for the deck. So, seems pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. It's literally a search card, so. Okay, video on the Mek Knight pulling off the combo negate. Does seem pretty damn good. Alright. Not much else to say about that card. It's pretty bonkers. Surprised it's only an R rarity, actually. World Legacy Key. When this card is activated, you can target one of your banished Mek Knight monsters or World Legacy cards, add it to your hand. Negate any opponent's trap effects that activate in the same column as a Mek Knight monster you control. Oh, so there's the full combination, but if you have all three out, you can't play the goddamn game, because you have no columns left, or no zones left for your stuff. Do we use key or not? I don't think we use key, right? I don't think we use key. Maybe if it was searchable, but I don't think we'd use key. I think we're more happy using the spell negator and the monster negator. I don't think we play key. It's a good recovery. Do we use key? Key is searchable? Okay. Searchable, then you'd probably use it. A one-off searchable effect, sounds pretty good. Definitely wouldn't run multiple of these, I don't think. If it's searchable, we'd definitely use it, I think. Just only as a one-off, though. Maybe. It's hard to decide. There's a lot of good cards coming up for this deck. Remember, we are a 20-card game, so we're trying to fit cards into slots here. Searchable one-off? Maybe? Key is searchable. I personally want to play it with limited space. We'll see. We'll see. It's not a bad card. Don't get me wrong, not a bad card. It's just doesn't make the cut. I don't know. Void Vanishment. You can discard one card, add one Void spell trap card from your deck to your hand, except Void Vanishment, or Null and Void. Or so you not normal summon a spell summon monster first turn except Infernoid monsters. Okay, so we've now got to search for the Void Seer if we want it. And I think someone mentioned you can search for Void Trap Hole. Can you actually? Is it even part of like that archetype? If so, that's actually pretty cool. Searchable trap card for turn 1 whenever you want it. That sounds pretty dope. Add into the void. If we actually add Void Trap Hole, that's actually pretty neat. Void Trap Hole is actually a pretty damn good card. So we're not searching into the void. We don't. I guess all those people that play Into the Void for like combo decks and run one copy of this just search for Into the Void. More deck thinning. Oh, sorry, where was my card? Sorry. I should probably read the rest of the effect actually. If once you control battles opponent's monster, after damage calculation, you send this card to the graveyard to banish those monsters. There you go. Alright. Well, this seems pretty good. Another card we can use off of Void Feast. We can search for Void Feast with it. We can search for Void Trap Hole with it. We can search for your Void Seer with it. Should I just look up the word Void and see what comes up? Oh, those are the ones we actually have in Duel Links right now, just these two. We're not searching Contract with the Void. Void Cauldron? What's with the Infinity monsters? One or two of. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see what Void, if there's any cards that are super worth searching. Searchable Void Trap Holes already sounds pretty good if there's like actually like... Because this deck seems like it's going to be really good going second a lot of the time. So going first, having a searchable Void Trap Hole might be really, really strong. I don't know. Then ditch the hand. Doesn't Into the Void banish the hand? Oh no, it's only discard. Maybe. Infernoid shares a lot of the commonalities with Infernoid. It's part of the card design law, not the card's story law. Oh.
Card games on motorcycles!
Alright. I do like this card. I just want to see what void cards we're searching for, because I assume there's one coming up. I assume. Or is there not? Wait, there actually isn't anymore. Oh. That's all the void cards we're getting. I guess we need to search for the trap. Maybe the trap... I'll see how good this trap card is. I assume there's a big card we want to summon off of this trap card, maybe. Maybe you're just using this as searching for the trap card. Most of the time. Alright. Infernoid Hermaduke. I haven't know how to pronounce that. Cannot be able to summon a certain summon from your hand by banishing one Infernoid monster from your hand or graveyard, while 2 levels, blah blah blah, same as all the other ones. Once per turn, you can target monster on the field, destroy it. Okay. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, you tribute this monster to blah blah, and got the correct effect. Okay, well, not bad. Summon this thing out, pop a monster, or DD Crow effect. Fairly similar to the other one, actually, which is returning to hand, I think. Yes, we have a return to hand and we have a pull effect, both of which are pretty damn good, so. Alright, don't mind either of these. Said the combo, you didn't read the you said the combo, you didn't read the comment. It's fine. I assume we'll get to it later on when we get to the other cards. Yeah, not much else to say about this one because I kind of already spoke about this one with this card basically. Because the same sort of effect, a return to hand and a destroy effect are generally just removal, so same as the other card. Both seem pretty good. Alright. Elector, Pendulum, the Draco Overlord. Why did that take me so long to read? Negate the effects of all face-up pendulum monsters while your opponent controls them. Oh no, all those massive pendulum players out there. At the start of the damage step, this card battles a pendulum monster to destroy both that monster and this card. Cool. I guess we now have a counter for specifically pendulum decks. I mean, cool. God, true Draco. I'm going to Evil Swarm Nightmare with this. I mean, I don't like this card because it's super just like, oh, if your opponent is playing only Pendulum, there you go, there's your counter card. Otherwise, it's like, eh. To be fair, if I see a Pendulum card, I'm generally cringing anyway, so. I'm probably going to give unfair ratings to both Pendulum cards in this box, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty biased. Alright. Infernoid Patrouiller. Alright, coming on with summon a set, same as the other ones, blah 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 blah. Once per turn, you can target one spell and trap card on the field, destroy it. Similar to we have the destroy back row already, right? Shuffle into the deck, so very similar. Yes, again, it's basically the same as this card, same thing. Nice DD Crow effect and can destroy back row. So same rating as this one, other than it's level 4, so it could be better level 4 going into Xyz or whatever you're doing with it. MST on legs, exactly. Bit of a slower MST though, obviously, since you have to actually activate its effect. You can't just, it's not an on-summon effect. So it's a bit worse than MST. No one's only for set cards. It would be. I just think you're right. But that doesn't matter too much. We're not, unless we're killing field spells, it's not too many face-up stuff we have to worry about. Alright, moving on. Infernoid Cytimus. Banishing 2 Infernoid monsters. So 2600 attack. Pretty damn big. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, this effect can be activated at the end of the battle phase. Banish 1 card on the field. Once per turn during the phase, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I like this one more than I like this one, at least. Banishing 1 card on the field is definitely a lot better than just whatever this thing did. What did it even do? Oh yeah, it takes a card out of your opponent's hand, which isn't a bad effect. It's just kind of... Your opponent probably doesn't have many cards left in their hands after they've had their turn, so... Especially not in Duel Links. So I think I like this one a bit more. Also has a much better stat line of 2600. It's a bit more than the 2200 other one. Just level 7, so you can summon something else with it. True. You can go into some good Xyz plays with this. Definitely I like it more than the other one. Just another big boss monster you can summon straight from the graveyard. Definitely make some big boys with this deck list. Just mill this card along with this card and a bunch of other Infernoids. Oh, there's a bunch of big beaters already. That's 4800 damage on field. Well, they didn't have a limited amount that you can put on the field, right? So you can't summon them both out. The thing to know with Infernoids, they have a trap that summons 3 of them, and one of them can copy any Infernoid's effect in the graveyard. Oh, I see. So you summon out 3 Infernoids and you copy the popping effect or whatever in the graveyard. Alrighty. Alright, moving on. Mek Knight Indigo Eclipse. If 2 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can special summon once per turn. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one Mek Knight monster you control. Move that target to another of your main monster zones. Can it target itself? It can. Another card that works pretty damn well with your Whispers and your... you know what I'm talking about, the other one. Move Man. Okay. So I assume we're going to use this. Move to negate whatever. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Pretty decent stat line too. Level 8. Alright, pretty simple effect though, so I think we're probably going to use this in a Mek Knight deck. Oh yeah, true. You can also summon this out, move it to another column, and it leaves the column open to summon another Mek Knight. True. Very, very true. Definitely going to use this card then. Very, very good. Alright, moving on. Infernoid Attondel. Okay, same as the other one, banishing 2 Infernoids. This one's level 8. When this card destroys an opponent's battle since it's the graveyard, you can activate this effect. This card can make a 2nd attack in a row. Okay, but it's destroying monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn. Oh yeah, same as the other one. Okay, so you can use this for potential OTKs. I don't like double hitting effects generally, unless they can hit directly. I don't generally like 2800 attack on a monster hitting double attack. It's generally not that great. So you're probably not killing with it. Just a level 8s are not good. This does take up the entire summon, right? Because you only have 8 on the field. So you can't have your level 1s out or whatever. Level 7 is better. The Poppin' dude? Probably. I don't particularly like this card anyway. It seems pretty average. Instead of lightning, you can summon one more. The total levels of all ranks and effect monsters you control are 8 or lower. Wait, how do you summon one more? Isn't this thing level 8? Anyway, moving on. Alright, on to the SR rarity cards now. Alright. So first one we have, which is a card we've already got. Never mind. Second one we have, a card we've already got. Moving on. Gimmick Puppet Chimera Doll. Alright. During your main phase, if you control this link summon card, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Machine Exceeds monsters. Also take one Gimmick Puppet monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Then if all monsters you control are Gimmick Puppet monsters, you can special summon one Gimmick Puppet monster from your hand. Wait, that's actually a stacked effect. It's actually a pretty stacked effect. There's a search and a special summon. Wait a minute. That's pretty damn dope. It's literally a search and a special summon. And getting 2 machine monsters out in Gimmick Puppet is pretty easy. Good at Gimmick Puppet, which is not so good, also true. Alright, I do like it. Gimmick Puppet comeback confirmed? Probably not. Can't believe it's only an SR. Only an SR. Don't get too excited over the card. It's still in a Gimmick Puppet. It's been a while since I've played Gimmick Puppet, but I don't think they're like, what are you searching for off this? The level 4 that brings stuff back? Your Terra baby? And it's only on normal summon, right? So what are you searching for in summoning with this? I guess if you summon it out using your Dreary Joel, you can go into a bring out an 8 and then have the other 8 out. Just go into a level 8 in that way. It's just a free link summon at that point. So effectively it's been used for a free, you have like a summon of 2 monsters already, and one is this one. It's just a free link summon. So you'll summon this out, search for a card, summon it out, bring the thing back, and go into your Xyz plays as normal. And you'll just have this card as like an extra body on field, I guess. Alright. I do like the card, I just don't think it's going to make Gimmick Puppet that much stronger. Alright. Revolving Switchyard. Oh my god. If a level 10 Earth Machine monster you control... Sorry, I have to go a really itchy nose. Do apologize. Promise not picking my nose off camera, alright? Just need to quickly scratch. Where the god is my fucking... This one, right? Fuck, no. Oh my god. Which one is it? This one? No, this one. This one. There you go. Quick nose scratching sesh. Hang on, boys. Oh, god, that's so much better. That is so much better. Alright. You're back. Alright. Alright. Revolving Switchyard. If a level 10 Earth Machine monster is normal, special summon to your field, except during the damage step, you can activate this effect. Your opponent takes no battle damage the rest of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. Also, you special summon level 4 Earth Machine monster with 1800 or more attack from your deck. If you do, it becomes level 10. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add one level 10 Earth Machine monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so there's some cool effects on this card, but the fact that your opponent doesn't take any battle damage sounds really sus. I thought this deck was like all about OTKing. Doesn't that kind of stop your whole game plan? I guess we need to use the second effect. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add one level 10 to your hand. I guess the second effect seems much more useful. It's a search effect. Oh, burn effect? Burn them out? Is a 1 card rank 10 or 1 card link 2. Just use it going first. True. What do trains even do turn 1 though? I guess you just set back row. Call it a day. Definitely a good card though. Just a searcher and a special summon from deck, so. What do they even do turn 1? Just pray to God they don't die, then OTK on the next turn. Burn for 1,000 damage? That is a pretty... that is a solid turn 1 effect. Okay, well it means they've got a searching thing on turn 1. And if you're trying to go for some massive OTK going second, you've still got a search effect on the field spell, so it's definitely going to be used. If you can't OTK, you can just do some burn damage and then beat over your opponent's field anyway. Summon a Dweller. That's actually not too bad. Okay. Well, definitely a good little field spell. We've got a lot of field spells coming actually now. So many field spells. Definitely a good field spell. I don't think I even bothered to unlock the trained character, so I don't think I'm going to be playing it, but still, good field spell. Alright, Ancient Gear Catapult. While you control no monsters, target one face-up card you control, destroy it. And if you do, special summon one Ancient Gear monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Oh. Does that make your field spell miss timing? You banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up card you control, destroy it. And if you do, special summon one Ancient Gear token. Okay. It doesn't miss timing? Okay. Good. Because that would be pretty damn silly if there was some negative synergy there. God damn, that would be funny. Alright, well it certainly helps the Ancient Gear strategy then. Very much helps it out. It's 2 big boys you summon out. What are you using the token for though? Just link summoning? Shouldn't miss timing on Fortress. I don't think Fortress even misses timing. Fortress is the continuous, right? Come on. Yeah, Fortress doesn't even miss timing. Just the field spell it does. But in this case, it doesn't miss at all. So yeah, just use a link summoning. Okay. Yeah, which one needs 4 ancient gear monsters to fuse? Oh, so you use tokens for it. Okay. You can use 1 per turn though. Alright. Not sure this card alone is going to be enough to bring back the ancient gears though. Hoping this fusion monster coming up is going to be enough to bring it back. Alright. Vector, Pendulum, the Draco Overlord. Negate all card effects in your opponent's Pendulum zones. Another fucking Pendulum. Okay. This Overlord overran an entire world with his army of Draco Fiends, using his Draco Alchemy to convert all life into his terrible minions. The source of this power is unidentified and probably extra-dimensional. Ooh. Spooky. Very Halloween-y. It uses a name. I mean, hey, if Pendulums ever start overtaking the game, you know who to call. Your boy Vector's coming out. Honestly, not a bad side deck card if you happen to come across some really annoying Pendulum meta deck. Extra dimensional power called reading a Pendulum card. Did you look at the new skill? There are some down here. Pendulum change basic. At the beginning of the duel, add Pendulum zones to your field. In addition to the following effect can be used once per duel. Return one normal monster in your Pendulum zone to the deck. Add one random normal monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. Alright, so that includes that dude, right? Sure. Is Draco Slayer just some like weird anti-pendulum deck or something? Either way. Moving on. Rare Metalfoes. I heard there was even more Metalfoes to come. Biz Mugia. Once per turn, you can target one of the face-up cards you control, destroy it. If you do, set one Metalfoes spell and trap card directly from your deck. That sounds pretty good. If this card on the field is destroyed battle or card effect, you can add one Metalfoes monster from your deck to your hand during the end phase of this turn. Also sounds pretty good. Okay. Well, I guess Metalfoes has got themselves a new searcher. Metalfoes is already a really good deck too, so this is actually nice. People that play Metalfoes, that is, anyway. What does an average Metalfoes deck list even look like nowadays? Especially with that fusion spell, which is pretty dope. Huh. Wait, do they already have that effect? So he's using it for the end of turn effect? So it's basically giving you a Metalfoes card that just isn't a normal monster for a change. So you don't have to run as only normals. Well, cool. Just a bonus more card advantage, I guess the deck's getting now. Not bad, not bad. Doesn't seem super game changing though, having an end phase search effect. Not gear game changing. Alright. Infernoid Decatron. If this card is normal special summoned, you can send one Infernoid monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Infernoid Decatron. Okay, and if you do, increase this card's level by the level of the sent monster. And if you do, this card's name becomes that monster's and replace this card's... Okay. Right. So you can use this to actually feel all your Infernoids, but as milling a card. And then it gains the effect of the card you send. So it gains the effect of any of the Infernoids you send. You can have back row removal, monster removal. You can shuffle cards back into deck. That is a stacked card by itself. And it's level 1. So you can combo this with like a level 7 or something still on the field. I just think it would take... It doesn't change its level, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Never mind. I guess you can send a level 1 though if you want to. Instant 3-off? That does sound like an instant 3-off. And it's a tuner, by the way. So you can go into synchros with it. Remember the 200 defense. Why am I remembering 200 defense? What does that mean? What's the 200 defense for? Oh, Chrome's having a... Chrome frozen? Hello? Oh. Okay, Chrome is freezing. God damn it. Rekindling target? Why is my Chrome having a seizure right now? Oh god. Had Duel Links meta open for too long. Hang on boys, apparently my Chrome is dying. This is what happens when I have a when I'm streaming. PC is not too happy about it. Okay, now my Chrome is full on crash. Nice. OBS still running at least. Hello, Chrome? I swear to God. Alright, well, guess I'm Guess I'm restarting Chrome. Slight technical difficulties here, boys. Hang on. Slight technical difficulties. Let me try to get this shit working again. With the Chrome is dead, but not the stream. I mean, OBS isn't dead, it's just Chrome. Chrome is really struggling to run here. What the fuck? Hello? Is your Chrome? Fantastic. What is going on here? Hello? I'm trying to do a stream here, Mr. Chrome. Fuck's sake. Oh god, don't... Why has it just started dying? Hello? This is so annoying. I love technical difficulties when I'm trying to stream. I love it. Actually, going to continue the 4 review from my mobile. Right, this is ridiculous. The website just won't open now. Hello? This shit. It's fucking sitting here. Oh, it's not even showing. Mobile stream, Pog. Holy fuck, finally opened. I'm have to get the screen to show on OBS because OBS is just saying, nah, we're not going to show. Oh, it's on screen right now. Alright, there we go. We're back. Why did it do that? Why? Who knows? Whatever, we're back. Where the fuck were we up to? We're on this dude, right? Alright. We're on Mr. Sting the Poison. Apologies for that one, chat. Alright. If this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 Battle Wasp monster from your deck to your hand, except Battle Wasp Sting the Poison. Quick effect, you contribute 1 other Battle Wasp insect monster, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. Ooh. This is a searcher, and it's a quick effect to negate. So I assume Battle Wasp has a card you can combo with this, right? Just a special summonable from hand. And it's just a card that has a quick effect negate attached to it, so. And it's a tuner monster. Holy shit, is that a stacked card? That is a really stacked card, actually. Nest. The card you keep ignoring? What card am I ignoring? Well, that's the res spell, right? Wait, are you talking about the res spell? No. Alright, what card am I ignoring? What are you complaining about? Ooh. That's a level 5 right there. The trap? Oh, nest. This thing. When your Battle Wasp monster type for attack, special summon a Battle Wasp monster from your hand or deck, and if you do, place 1 counter on this card. I don't care about this. I don't care about this card at all. Wait, what? Okay, thank you for bringing up that card again. Then end the battle phase. Look, we're playing Duel Links, okay? Generally, you shouldn't have trap cards that are going to be on the field at all. They're going to be generally removed. Most deck lists have a background removal in the game. This card won't survive till your card gets attacked or targeted for an attack. It'll just get removed. Same as if you're playing Wall Disruption or something. There's a reason no one plays Wall Disruption anymore. No one's playing this card. Too slow. Too slow. Search ball you might run it as a one-off, but that's about it. It's too slow. Yeah, Salad would have a field day with it, because Salad has like what, like they have a whole bunch if they're running the yeah, the dude that just removes background, whatever his name is. Yeah, this card is a banger card. We've got a negate, we've got a search on it. Very good. And it's a tuner. Alright, Mek Knight Blue Sky. If 2 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can only special summon Mek Knight Blue Sky once per turn this way. If this card is normal special summon from your hand, you can add 1 Mek Knight monster with a different name except Mek Knight Blue Sky from your deck to your hand, equal to the number of your opponent's cards in this card column. Oh. This has multiple searches on it, potentially. Damn. So if your opponent has a back row, their monster, and a link monster, you can search 3 cards? Oh, is it a max of 2? Does it not count the link monster? Oh yeah, alright, yeah. Potential 3 search. That's pretty cool. So I remember Salad quite often has that exact setup, because Salad normally has their Link 2 on the board, and they summon the Wolf below it to add the card back to hand. So they'll have the Wolf, they have the Link 2 below it, and if they have like 3 back row or 2 back row, that's 3 searches from 1 card. That's pretty banger. Damn. Alright. Or even getting a 1... So this card, right? Even just a 1 search is already good. The fact this thing can search multiple times is pretty insane. This card is really good. Yeah, you would just get rawed instantly. That is true. That is a fat raw target right there. Yeah. Do I have to say any more about this card? It's obviously a banger. You can literally search potentially 3 cards from 1. That's fucking nuts. Even just 1 search is good. Plus 3 would be insane. Use this to get a hold of your no more spell, no more monster effect cards. It's always fucking nuts. I would play 4 of it. I would play 4 as well. Alright. Infernoid Devyaty? I've never pronounced that. Cannot be normal summon a set. Must be summoned from your hand or graveyard, banishing 3 Infernoid monsters from your hand or graveyard with total levels and ranks of fate monsters you control are 8 or lower. When this card is special summoned, you can destroy all spell and trap cards on the field, except void cards. Once per turn, when a monster effects, blah blah blah. Oh no, so it's different. Once per turn, when another monster effect activates a quick effect, you can choose 1 monster to negate the effect activation to banish it. So as an effect, it has a monster negate and can destroy all spell and trap cards. Wait a minute. And we can copy it as well. A monster negate and destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. It's like it's a once per turn, so they're attributing 1. You can't copy the spell and trap effect, only the monster negate. That was original effects. Oh, okay. Yeah, true. The spell and trap effects on summon, yeah. Still pretty banger of a card, though. Also, 2900 attack, by the way. And summonable from your graveyard. Summonable from the graveyard, 2900 attack beater that destroys all spell and trap cards and has a monster negate on it. I think it's a pretty stacked card, if you ask me. Only issue I'm seeing so far is we've read through all these Infernoid cards, but I haven't read a single card that just says, put like 15 Infernoids in graveyard. Are we just going to have to try to run Light Swarm with this? Is that the play? Is it just a Light Swarm type of a deck? Is that what's going on? So I definitely don't see any milling going on here yet. Either way, let's move on to the Ultra Rares. So we know what this card does. We've already got it. Draco Face Off. Quick play. Reveal one Draco Slayer Pendulum monster and one Draco Lord Pendulum monster from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them, you place in your Pendulum zone or special summon your choice, and you add the other card to your extra deck face up. Right. How good is this? So it's a search, and it places one on the extra deck. So it's kind of like a double search. I have no idea how good this is though, because I have no idea how good Draco Slayer is. Judging off the cards we've seen so far, there hasn't been that many super exciting ones, right? We're gonna get this dude in a sec. It's really good, it's cracked. The Odd Eye skill, but better? And the Odd Eye skill will simply give you two things instantly. It's limited in TCG. It's amazing. Oh, okay. Damn, shows my knowledge on Pendulum. I mean, it's already, I guess it's kind of like a +2, sort of. So is Draco Slayer going to actually be a deck now? Is it still going to be like something you stick in already Pendulum decks? I guess we can read the bundle card here, true. Oh, we're here. Luster Pendulum and the Draco Slayer. Once per turn, if you have a card in your other Pendulum zone, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add one card from your deck to your hand with the same name as that card. So I've used this quite a bit in Master Duel, but I've only used it mostly as a deck thinner. I can see you just use this to put something in the extra deck, then you can Pendulum summon that thing back, so that's pretty dope. And this thing is a target for your quick play here. Alright. So Draco Slayer is just like a support thing, right? You just play it with other stuff. Alright. Well, I'm not particularly interested in our Pendulum stuff, so I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to be honest. Moving on. Mek Knight of the Morning Star. 2 monsters including a Mek Knight monster. If this card is link summoned, you can discard one Mek Knight monster or one World Legacy card, add one World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. You can use the effect of Mek Knight of the Morning Star once per turn. If your Mek Knight monster battles an opponent's monster in a different column than it, your monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, you take no battle damage. Okay. Well, that's a searcher for your really annoying trap cards. The other one is definitely another World Legacy card. Okay. Searcher for World Legacy Secret. So you have a searcher for the monster negate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So is this deck going to be a Rescue Rabbit deck? It is, right? Looks like it. Sweet, are we rescue rabbiting for this, boys? Because how you summoning that? Because I don't know how you're doing the Mek Knight stuff on turn 1 otherwise. I guess you can do the you have what's his face here? You have memory. Memory can help. I think I'll be rabbiting with this deck. Rabbit seems really good. Because even if you open one of the normal monsters, in combination with this, it's still your link monster at least. Yeah, Rescue Rabbit into Morningstar seems dope. Imagine you Rescue Rabbit into this dude, search for your Monster Negate one, and you already have this card like in your hand or set. Or you can even search this if you already have the trap card. Then you just special summon during your opponent's turn to the zone they try to summon to and negate it. That sounds fucking sick. That actually sounds really good. I know what deck I'm going to be building first. I'm 100% building Mek Knight first. This deck seems fun as. It only needs one Mek Knight monster, so you can use just any other monster with it. So you can run other things. Alright, well, I don't think I need to say much more about this card. It seems absolutely insane. So moving on. Double Header Anger Knuckle. Cannot be used as link material. You can only use one of the following effects of Double Header Knuckle Angle once per turn. Okay. During your main phase quick effect, you can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard to target one level 10 machine monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. Right. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon this card. Okay, that's pretty good for link climbing. Too bad there's not really much link climbing to be done in Duel Links at the moment, because there's not really big link 4s or anything we can go into. You can send itself. True. Oh, you can't link with it? Oh yeah, it can't be used link material. True. Most combination with Shipyard during your opponent's turn? Okay. It's for trains? I gathered that. The card is literally a train. You don't understand it's for trains? You clearly don't understand. I mean, I don't really know what the combos you are doing with this card, to be fair. I have no fucking clue. I'm not really a train player. Like I said, I actually haven't unlocked the train character in game. So I actually couldn't be bothered at the time, so I didn't bother. And so, whatever this card does, good for it. So, you know. Where's some machine is? We don't have enough machine. I mean, we probably do. There's a reason it's an ultra rare. It's just I don't really know what we're specifically doing with this card. I'm sure there's some cool train players out there that can tell you all the cool combos you can do with this card. Because it's not a bad card, it's just I don't really know what you can do with it. I don't play enough trains to know how good this card actually is. Ancient Gears are not trains. That is true. Alright, let's move on to a more exciting card now. Mek Knight Purple Nightfall. If 2 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand in that column. You can only special summon one Mek Knight Purple Nightfall once per turn this way. Quick effect, you can target one Mek Knight monster you control, banish it until the standby phase of the next turn. And if you do, add one Mek Knight monster from your deck to your hand, except Mek Knight Purple Nightfall. This deck has 2 searches? Bruh, what? You can search for blue. This thing could target itself, right? So you can summon this, banish it, get hold of blue, and then you can search for your stuff. Holy shit, that's 2 searches. What the hell? Huh? Wait, this archetype is dope. It has 2 searches. I guess it's your turn 1 searcher if you can somehow get out turn 1, I guess. Wait, 3 searches. Oh, I guess if we're counting the memory. That's fucking nuts, actually. I don't know what chance Mek Knight has of being meta relevant. It seems like a pretty strong deck. Not sure we're going second currently. Going first seems like you can set up a nice little negaty stuff, but going second, I don't really know what we're trying to summon. Probably going to summon though. Do you have to use Rabbit with 3 purple and 3 blue? Maybe. I mean, going second is better for Mek Knights because they have, obviously you have more cards on field to summon your stuff for. But I don't really know what we're trying to summon so far, or what we're trying to go into. Stat lines aren't particularly high on these boys. So trying to go into some kind of a rank 8 or something. We'll see. I'm really interested in what lists are going to come from this. They seem pretty good. Alright. Livestream Dragon. 1 tuner plus 1 power tool dragon. Currently we can use this via a skill. And this card is very average as far as I remember. When this card is synchro summoned, you can make your life points become 4,000. Wow. You take no effect damage. Wow. If this face-up card on the field be destroyed, you can banish 1 equipped spell card from your graveyard instead. Wow. And we're even getting a new skill to combo with this, I'm pretty sure. We're getting Revolution with Courage of Strength. Each of the following effects can be used once per duel. Reveal 1 Livestream Dragon in your deck. Add 3 double tool CD to the bottom of your deck. Send 1 face-up double tool CD you control to the graveyard and play 1 Morphotronic Lantern from outside your deck to the field in attack position. So basically you turn a power tool dragon into a Livestream Dragon. So there you go. For all those Livestream Dragon players. That is, unfortunately, still going to be very garbage. Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty garbage. Doesn't seem like a good card. Inappropriate box setter. Yeah, I don't think this card is particularly that exciting. Let's move on. Alright. Currently blocking my face. There we go. Ancient Gear Megatron Golem. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell and trap cards until the end of the damage step. If this card was fusion summoned using 2 or more Ancient Gear Golem and or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound as material, it can attack up to that many times during each battle phase. And that's not on monsters, so it can hit your monster, then hit your opponent directly. If this face-up fusion summon card is control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem from extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Oh my goodness. That card is a stacked monster. God damn. We have a new version of the OTK Ancient Gear coming out, boys. Holy. This is going to be a fun card to build a deck around. We don't have Ancient Gear Fusion. That's probably a good thing. Isn't Ancient Gear Fusion one that does it from deck? Oh, it's only from hand or field. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, probably a good idea we don't have that card. If only is untargetable. I mean, on the bright side, if they do remove your monster, you get your ultimate Ancient Gear Golem instead, which is also pretty damn big. Look at the size of this man. 4,400 attack? Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing this card. You can definitely expect a Ancient Gear Megaton Golem video from me. You can definitely expect one. Alright, moving on to the next card. We have Infernoid Onuchanaku. What the hell? Why is every card name so goddamn hard to pronounce? Sorry, chat, just checking some stuff. I say Infinity, oops. Infernoid. Same shit, same shit. Alright. Level 10. Cannot be normal summon / set. Must be spirit summoned from your hand or graveyard, banishing 3 Infernoid monsters from your hand or graveyard, while the total levels and ranks of all fate monsters you control are 8 or lower. You cannot spirit summon by other ways. When this card is spirit summoned, you can destroy all other monsters on the field. Once per turn during either player's turn, must apply trap cards activated. You can choose one monster, negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. Oh boy. Black Rose Dragon right there. And if you have the trap card on the field, Black Rose Dragon during your opponent's turn. Yeah. Wait. His total levels equal exactly 8. Is it on special summon? Oh, so use the Void Feast to summon this card, and then it can copy this one, right? And that's on summon effect. That doesn't work. Wait, so you can't summon this off the trap card? Oh, Sag. Well, either way, the card's pretty banger. 3,000 attack can be summoned from the graveyard by banishing 3 cards. Has a spell and trap card negate and a Black Rose Dragon effect attached to it. That's pretty damn impressive. Imagine if this came out during grass format, true. That actually would have broken the game. It's better than Black Rose Dragon because it doesn't nuke itself, true. Yeah, so only issue is we're going to have to be playing Lightsworn with this. We don't have any other... I guess we have Monster Gate as well. Any other reliable milling effects in Duel Links? Do we have any other ones? Just Monster Gate? Monster Gate and Lightsworn? We only have 1 copy of this in the game. Do we have reasoning? I don't think we have reasoning, do we? No, we didn't have reasoning. Dice it, Needlebug. I mean, Monster Gate and Light Swan, I think it's going to be the play, which seems pretty... Oh yeah, Volcanic Well, true. Oh, well, true. That's a mill 3. I don't know. There's some really good effects here. We don't have a whole lot of milling. D-draw Monster Gate, mill your entire deck and win instantly. I don't know. The deck itself seems like the actual cards in the deck seem pretty strong. I'm just worried about having consistent milling effects. I mean, to be fair, it's not like Light Swan isn't already consistent enough. They are pretty consistent, but they've got a lot of limits attached to them. I think it's 100% going to be a Light Swan deck. I don't see any other way to play it. Any proper way to play it anyway. Shouldn't be too hard to build a list, I don't think. We'll see. Light Swan with 1 copy of Monster Gate, maybe. Then again, when you're playing Light Swan, you might not want to run Monster Gate. That sounds pretty unlikely. Alright, move on to the final card. We have Battle Wasp Ballista the Armageddon. Level 12. Really big boy. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. If this card is special summoned, you can banish all insect monsters from your graveyard. All monsters your opponent currently controls lose 5 attack and defense for each of your banished insect monsters. If this card attacks a defense mission monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. If this Synchro summon card its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon 3 of your banished level 11 or lower insect monsters. I was actually expecting something a bit stronger than this, I'm not gonna lie. Is that it? I'm pretty sure I just want to summon the other one. The one we already have, right? I'm summoning this dude. I'm summoning Mr. Hammer the Conquering Bow. Yeah, I'm actually not particularly, I'm actually pretty depressed about this one. I thought we'd do something a bit more than that for a level 12. I think I'm just going for the other summon. This one, Rez's Hammer? I mean, okay. I think I'm just going to summon Hammer and one-shot my opponent. As soon as... The thing is, like, I don't understand why you'd want to Synchro climb into this when you just sit on the ones before it and just lethal your opponent. I mean, it's good if you do it turn 1, I guess. Because there's nothing really else to do turn 1. You summon a monster that if your opponent removes, you get a bunch of stuff back. I guess. That's something. I think I'm just more likely to just go into Hammer. I think Hammer just seems like generally a better card overall. This card just OTKs most of the time. It's actually such a good card. This one just seems pretty, I mean, it's not bad, it's just I don't really see the point of it all that much. I guess it can lead to some lethals. Yeah, I think Hammer's probably the better card. Alright boys, I think that means we've actually reached the end of the box review. What do y'all think? I personally am a little disappointed after seeing how many people were excited for this, because I had so many people saying this is like the fucking next insane box or whatever, but there's not really that many things in here that I'm super excited about. Mek Knight seems fun. Infernoid seems pretty maybe good. We'll see how good it is with Light Swan. And I guess if you're a Pendulum player, you can play some Pendulum stuff, which will be good, but I don't care about Pendulum, so... better than the Trickstar one? I mean, maybe from a meta standpoint. I think from a fun standpoint, personally not that excited for it. I think Ancient Gear will be fun. I think the Mek Knight stuff will be fun. And then other than that, I don't really got anything too excited about. Is the Battle Wasp dude will be kind of fun. I guess to be fair, I don't play trains and I don't play Pendulum, so that's already not a good start for me, is it? It's just not a good box for your boy. Yeah, pretty average box for me anyway. It's probably some good meta cards in here, but in terms of just enjoyment, I don't think I'll enjoy this box too much. I think I'll enjoy the water box a bit more. So save gems. I mean, there's probably some meta stuff in here. I've no idea. Infernoid seems like it can be such a strong deck. It just depends on how good milling is in this game. Shouldn't be too hard. And it's like every card in this art type is a DD Crow. And this whole meta hates DD Crow, so... you know? Crawlers. I don't know if I want to play Crawler, dude. I'm going to be honest. The field spell's pretty banger, though. Maybe I'll whip out the Crawlers. As a last-ditch effort. Maybe the final video I'll make for the box. Who knows? Don't hate Pendulum. I'm sorry. It's too hard not to. Crawling in my skin. Alright, boys. We'll see how it goes. Mekkor, you should expect Mek Knight from me first, 100%, as that seems like the most fun deck to build in here. Other than that, though, we'll see what else we build. Either way, thank you all for tuning into the stream. Like, subscribe, all the normal stuff. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Hope to see you guys in the next one, I guess. I might be streaming again tomorrow, by the way. I'm thinking about it. So I might do a Legacy Duel stream, thinking. So I might back tomorrow as well. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all on a later date.